Okay. Yeah, if it gets you content, I'm fine with that. Mhm. Uh, no. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'll kill. My strength. Mm. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah, like you kind of watch me during the game and then see. Because sometimes I like to explain, or sometimes I'll ask you if my thought process is correct, but then okay. Okay. Sounds good. I've noticed when playing Yone, even when I'm behind, the champ's super easy to farm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I've watched some of your videos, yeah, on there. I remember when I played jungle, I swear control mages were like super high win rate, and then when I checked recently, they're all like C tier for some reason. Is huh? Like usually Ari's really good. Usually like Syndra. When I check, like Victor has a terrible win rate. I don't know about high though, but like yeah. It's like gold, silver, and more. Plat two, emerald four, maybe. I think um I think my laning is terrible, but like mid game, like I know how to maneuver mid game a little bit more, and I'm pretty good at playing around spikes, especially like the IE spike on Yone is pretty crazy. Like even if I'm behind a lot. Excuse me. I saw in your somewhere it said you're a network engineer. Is that like security? That's pretty cool, man. That's what I'm going into the military force for cybersecurity. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit of a process because I have to get like cleared and all that. Fun. Jesus. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I guess I'll just get counter maybe. There's a couple matchups that just feel terrible. like like Zoe. Zoe's annoying. Uh, Diana's annoying. Yeah, I learned how to time it during the match, but it was volatile. Like, I'm pretty confident in this matchup. Sounds good. I think I have duo Smurf Q on my team. It's kind of unlucky. You think deep blade's better than like melee matchup? What the fuck? Does my Q proc it or nah?
No.
That'd be a pretty busting mechanic. I've choke up jungle. Oh, Should I go Bork or Yone Silver?
Always work.
Always Bork.
Yeah.
How do you buy typically?
Just spend as much gold as you can. So I would just whatever can spend the most amount.
I honestly forgot he had that ability. It's unlucky.
You, shove that for sure.
I missed the plate,
Yeah.
but like if our top side was down, I figured she'd probably just hover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All that fringe ability. Uh oh, that was bad. Kind of at the back here now, right?
You can if you have good quality E and W usage, you can probably stay. He's probably gonna roam the bot. You can quickly get that wave in and TP back. Because you're close to
Mm,
Bork, you don't really want to base before you have Bork. You're 200 gold away.
yeah. I don't know his damage right now, to be honest. I don't play against this champ.
So don't be afraid to use your E to farm safely. You're not utilizing your E to farm. There we go.
TP back? Even on cannon, you think?
Yep, TP back. You can just kill him with a Bork.
Kill him?
Yeah, he's dead. Or yeah, slash. Like you can just straight E on them right now.
Yeah. Oh,
Also, remember what I said about W, right? You instantly use your W when you Q3'd.
I used it when I Q3rd.
Yeah, like you instantly use it. Remember, you want to use it at the end.
Go these next.
Yep, by a control word as well. So what I'll be thinking about now is use your wave clear and fight him if he wants to fight you. If he wants to play defensive, think about who you can roam to. Who's your secondary win condition? Who else on your team is strong that you can play off of?
Yeah, not top side, that's for sure.
Yep.
I'll just look to play for Drakes.
Yep. Yeah, so don't be afraid to just go directly on them if he's in melee range like this. Yeah, hold the W. Okay.
I guess sometimes I don't realize how long the E actually is, but I try to do it there.
Yeah, when you have Bork, you could kill somebody in your full E duration, so don't be afraid to like EQ3 once you have Bork.
Okay. Right. I probably could have took them trolling. Alright, they want to swap? Is that a thing?
Yep. One of Yone's key reference points is getting to the side lane and power farming in the side now.
Okay. Okay. What's this guy down?
Yep. So Yone's mid game, you want to use your side laning pressure to force them to react to you in the side. So right now we should be pushing. Get somebody in. Get somebody to have to match you, and once they do match you, then you roam and you go to somewhere else. So right now no one's
Okay.
matching you, so just keep going. Okay, yep, you're fine. Irelia TPing. Good. So now that you see Irelia TPing, now you can do something in the map. So you can either recall or go mid, um, etc. Yeah, there we go. Yep, perfect. Yep.
Got a lot there.
Yep, and you're gonna go Noon Quiver and a Quick Cloak.
Noon quiver and a crit cloak.
Yep.
Is this pushing into me? Yeah. Oh, they're fucked. I don't think they win that. Should I just go bot? Yeah, I'm not gonna go. Oh, sorry. I meant to ask you. Should
Yep.
I no profanity?
No, you're fine, dude.
Okay,
Say
okay.
as you wish.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna force somebody to react to defend you. So you're not gonna group until somebody on their team has to defend. Or if you see them run to you or something, then you'll back off. But yeah, until you see somebody reacting to what you're doing, you're gonna keep going. Okay. So now you see Irelia. Now you can go ahead and make this play on mid. You're first to mid.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, doesn't look like anything, so we can probably go ahead and go bot. There's Elise, probably pick her. Yeah, so you need to undo the muscle memory. You keep pressing W right as you Q3.
Yeah, I guess that's muscle memory.
Yeah.
I need to work on it. Yeah, because it would have been useful there.
Make sure you're hitting all these flowers as you're running through as well. Your Cho'Gath near you, so you can pressure the Aurelia. You can win. Look at mid. Remember, our job is push, force somebody to defend, and then move. That's the bread and butter for mid game. Yeah, same
I
thing.
did it again.
Yeah, same thing there with the W. And so you missed the kill because of that.
Where's my kill? I think I thought was dead. Okay, yeah, that'll take some work to get used to, but I already can see the impact
Yeah.
of it now. Okay, Cho'Gath's on my side. Dragon's coming up though, so I gotta get pile bot. Um, I did it again.
Yeah, you did.
Got my pick. I don't know why that's such a habit. Oh,
You're fine.
I saw a red one.
Okay, you got shield bow now. It's important that we get our shield bow. It's 1700 when you have a noon quiver.
Back to bot lane.
Yep. It's gonna be the same thing. Push it out, wait for somebody to react, then you move, and you're first to play, and then you make a play. Especially when you're against a champion like Irelia, which you can't just straight up beat unless she misplays. Like, if you're against a champ where you could easily beat them, then you could like try to dive them under turret. Like if you're against a mage, but yeah, like you're against two bruisers. So there's no reason to try to dive them. Just push and move, push and move. I would ping for assistance. Get your Leona with you, right? You don't want to be by yourself.
Yeah, really is
Keep
mid.
going. Yep, nobody's defending you. Keep going. Just be a little careful though. I'd be careful because you don't see anyone now. So I'd farm this wave with my E. Use your E to get this wave in. Yeah, back up. You're by yourself, so be very careful.
Uh-oh. But
You can win.
oh, Soraka was there. I shouldn't have face checked that. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I thought I could ult out, but I accidentally hit her.
You
Maybe I should
can
have just tried to fight it.
you will destroy her if you start with your E. Like, so one thing I'm noticing as well that you're struggling with is you're not understanding how much burst you have if you start with E. Like, you keep trying to min max when you E, like get your full, like, because of the because you want like min max how many autos you get. When you have like these items, if you can open a fight with E, just open a fight with E most of the time. Else you're literally against a tank. And you can just 100-0 someone. So like I guess I rally there, I would have instantly just eat it on top of myself just for the damage multiplier.
I didn't have it because um
You had it.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yone, by the way, could solo Otacon, so I would consider that if you see everybody and nobody is defending against Otacon. It's risky, but yeah, if you see everyone on their team on top side, like 4 top side, I would just pull it and solo it. So like right now is not a good time, but if you do see a good timer, I would. Yep, so Irelia is reacting, which means let's try to go ahead and get into mid here. Yep, communicate that you want to fight on mid. Yeah, good. Yep, perfect. Yep. Yep, perfect. That's how you win games with Yone.
Um,
Now communicate Otacon, right? Be on top of your pings as well. You want to communicate the macro, right? Tell your team what you want, right?
He's gonna die there
We can
earlier.
probably just pull Otacon, right? At least is on top is on mid. We saw her on mid. Perfect. Yep, so be careful. No one's on the map right now. So another thing you want to do is pressure when your team is pressuring. So no one on your team is pressuring, so don't walk up. But the second your Lucian starts pressuring that mid wave, you should pressure. So
Okay,
Lucian's
I have
not
2K as well.
no, now's
Should I
not a good
sell
time.
my?
No, no, don't base, don't base. You want to stay on the map. Your
Okay,
team is all on the map, so you want to stay on the map when your team's on the map.
okay.
So your team, you see people now, so you can be aggressive now. Your team is on the map, so if you die, your team will get something on the back end. You can win Q3. Oh, nice
Oh,
try.
should I
But
do?
the reason why this is good is that now you know you showed 2 on bot, right? So that means your team gets something on top. So it's extremely important you don't base because if your team makes a play and you're in the base, you can't influence the game at all.
I see. Yeah, that's something I definitely would have backed there.
Yeah, so that's gonna lead to Baron, right? Because not only did you trade 1 for 1, at least it's also showing on bot. So we end up getting Baron off of that.
I'm gonna crack the inhib low key. What do you go fourth here? DD or Wits?
Uh, definitely Death Sands. They have 480 or 380 champs.
Yeah. Okay. And you should. I heard you shouldn't build like utility on Yone, like anti heal or
Yeah, it's
anti shield.
horrible. Yeah, you don't want to.
Okay.
You don't want to go anti heal. Serpent's Fang is actually not that bad on Yone, but yeah, our anti heal is worthless. You don't want anti heal.
Let's see.
Yep. So we're gonna just do the same thing again, right? We're gonna really pressure the side here. Nobody can beat you, so don't be scared of just eating onto somebody and just fighting them if they're in the side lane against you.
Okay. This ADC. Forgot who they are. I think.
Keep going. Keep going. Stack your Q. Even if more people come, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You win. Yep. Just keep pushing.
Do you think it's bad? So I think one thing I do that is really okay. I don't know what it really is.
She can't touch you. You'll annihilate her. You can just keep pushing.
Oh, she's bot.
Just yonder.
Huh?
Yeah, you keep Wing still. It'll take time though. Learn it. I'm just gonna keep pointing it out though until you build the muscle memory.
Fuck, bro. I think I just when I hit him, I just button mash.
Just E onto her.
I did it again.
Yeah, you probably would have killed her
Not
because you
sure.
would have gotten one more auto and then W'd on the end back end.
I guess we're just saying the game.
Yeah, just end the game. Nice. I think there's a lot that we can learn from this game to improve upon. So that's good. I have like I think I wrote down like yeah I wrote down 10 different things. Awesome. Good job. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me take a look. Which means that when you're trading with a melee champion, most other melee champions are short trade oriented champions, which means that they get their combo off and they run. So Kiana, right? Um, Zed, etc. Even GP. So what you need to do is you need to not be scared that you took front on damage, right? You took a lot of damage here, but you have E and Q3 and W up and your pot. What I would do is pop my pot, E forward, Q3, use my W to block some damage, and extend your lethal tempo and extend the trade. Because he has no abilities up for 5 seconds. He's very vulnerable, actually. You're going to just annihilate him here. And so this was kind of happening a lot until you got to Bork, right? Where what happened is that you would kind of take a trade, and then you'd be scared to extend it when he has no spells, right? Like you can just extend the trade and shit on him. So just conceptually, Yone is the long trade champion. So you want to try to prioritize getting long extended trades. You don't want short trades where the enemy gets their full rotation and you just get like one rotation of spells where you just get QW and E and that's it, right? Because when that happens, you're not making use of your entire kit and their short trade is just going to be better. Make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay. And so this would be another example here. Notice how look at all these minions you're just not getting with your W, right? There's another one. You're trying to
Yeah.
Q it. Just use your W to farm if you have to. So yeah, there's that for the early game, right? Um, yeah, this was fine. I think here, what did we do here? I think here we instantly did W again when we went in. Yeah, we did. So you would have killed them, right? You see that? That's a perfect example because look what happens when you W like that. If we play back again. All right, so this will be give you some nice contextualization. So when you go in for the EQW, what's happening is that you self stun yourself. So pay attention here to what happens to your champion. Look at this. You can't move.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at all that time you're wasting. You could be running at him with your Q3 right now, right? So you would already be
yeah.
on top of him now. Hit. And then right when he pops his W to heal, then you W at the end, right before E runs out. Boom, that's a kill, right?
Hmm.
Cool. So let's see. Yeah, and so another thing about melee matchup is that this is kind of not intuitive for Yoda, but Yone actually is a ranged melee champion against melees. So what do I mean by that, right? His Q does more damage than auto attacks at its longer range, and you have your E, which gives you movement speed. So the way you want to approach melee matchups where they can like do a lot of burst damage to you if you get on top of them. So GP is a champ that can burst you because of his passive, right? The trial by fire, the dot. So what you want to do when you play against champs like this or Irelia is you want to kite. So you want to go EQ3 and then click back Q, click back Q, click back Q, and don't give them and don't put them in range to allow them to auto you because you don't want to get hit by its passive. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, there's a 9-minute grub timer. Let's take a look at this as well. We ended up being late for grubs, which was quite big. Yeah, so this is another big thing that I'm also noticing with your gameplay, right? You're not thinking about your teammates, what your teammates are doing. So in this scenario, your whole team is on the map. This is a horrible time to base because you're basing while your team is being proactive. So what happens if GP now goes ahead and moves to this Cho'Gath with their release, and you're in base? He's gonna get 2v1. So as you know as a
Hmm.
jungler, think about how annoying that is as a jungler, where their laners move first and you're just fucked on a neutral objective.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? So you should be on the map while your teammates on the map, and that happened on the mid game too, right? Which was what I was talking about. Um, yep. So there's that. Um, and yeah, so now getting to this point as Yone, when you're like level 8 to 9, you should just be playing to clear the waves and help your team. So again here, right? Cho'Gath is on the map, right? He's invading. Instead of trying to play for trades, push him in, keep him under turret, and then just go help your GP. Sorry, go help your
Okay.
Cho'Gath because you have so much wave clear now. Just get him under turret and go help your team when there's a play happening on the map.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, and we already covered actually a lot already just with that. So I think I would probably leave it there. There is one other big thing I want to cover, which was kind of again going back to what I was saying. Using your E to farm, right? Same with your W, right? Like you're so scared to walk up, that's fine. Just use your E to clear the wave, right? You're not gonna trade with him, so you don't need your E for anything right now. Just go ahead and E,
Mm.
get all these minions. Now you can E back if he goes on you, right? So you're not gonna die, and then you get to your Bork, right?
Right.
And then the very last thing I think is that you're not understanding how ungodly strong you are at Bork, right? So once Yone is at Bork, you should just fight. Like, just get on them. As long as you know where the jungler and support is, obviously, you can't die to gank. You need to just get on them here, right? Because your Bork spike is massive. So, like, this scenario here, you TP back. If he gets even remotely within your face, just immediately R and kill him. Just instantly. Like, right here. He's too far up. R. He's dead. Even if you miss. Because you can just R, auto, E, Q.
Hmm.
Right? Just get
Yeah, I
immediately.
remember. I remember in the video you said just kill him, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
and then he just died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just kill him. Another thing is about the E usage, right? I think you keep using your E in the wrong direction. Like you keep Eing back. Like there was this play up here, you E back. Just E to you always want to E diagonally to the sides as Yone. So you want to go E like this, or E like this, E like this. You never want to go straight like this. You don't want to go vertical. You want to go diagonal because it gives you more distance. So you can actually dodge skill shots better. Because think about it, if you E like this, you can get out of his barrel range and then still be in range to auto him. So you want to be doing diagonal E's. See what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I think that's already a ton of things to work on, honestly. So I think we'll probably leave it there. Um, for this one, I want you to get into your next game. And the things that we need to work on still is the W. Again, really with the W, we need to break out of the habit. Using your E and W to farm when you have to get minions that aren't contestable, and playing with your team more. So thinking about what your team is doing and playing with them more, right? And just sending it when you have Bork and being way more aggressive when you have Bork and you have good vision.
That makes sense. The mid game went pretty crazy.
Hmm.
just off simple little shove move, shove move, shove move.
Yep, and you're probably, I mean, again, depending on the game, you'll probably do something similar in this one. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I I understand that concept. I think what I was doing wrong previously is I would try and just 1v1 them in the side lane the whole game instead of actually moving.
That, or you're probably moving before you force somebody to react to you, right? Because I think what I noticed is you were getting really compelled to like move to plays before somebody on their team was defending, right? So like this is a scenario here that a lot of units fall into. Like no one is defending you right now, right? So a lot of units, what they do is they just immediately move right now because they're thinking, oh, they shoved the wave. But the reality is, no one on their team is defending, so just keep going.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I gotta break that habit on W. I don't even realize it until you
Yeah,
say it
nobody
after, and I'm like,
realizes that.
oh,
Like, dude, there's really challenger players who play Yone who do that. Everyone does it, and it's terrible. You're just losing so much damage.
other thing, like I sometimes I try and like hold my R to make like crazy play, but that game I just kind of sent it as the gap closer, like you said, and they just died. Even if I didn't hit it, they just
Yep,
died.
that as well. You just use your R as a gap closer. Just gap. All you need to do is, as Yone, all you need to do is get in range to be able to auto attack and Q them. If you can do that, you're probably gonna kill them once you have work. Cool. Do you have any questions for me so far? We've been about, let's see, when did we start this call? 11:44. Yeah, so it's been about an hour. Is there anything specific you want to ask so far that we talked about?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll ask you after the next game, like just three
Yeah.
things you think I really need to work on, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
I'll uh I'll work on what you said basically.
Yep.
Bro, your shop is a scam. I only play Yone. I didn't get a single Yone. Just get in here,
How
bro.
recently did have you been playing Yone on that account? Because usually it's based off of like a month ago. Usually.
Yeah, that might be why actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask for mid.
Okay.
Ask for mid.
I don't mind playing top, but I mean it's other than the matchup, the macro seems pretty similar in terms of splitting.
The problem is the top breakfast points is a lot different, right? Like it's gonna be, oh, nice. That's why you always ask.
Who do you ban? Akali, Dana, or
I banned Zed. Both the calling Diana are easy. Zed is hard. Jace is hard. Rise is hard. Those are the
you
two
think
hard ones.
Diana's easy? I
Yeah.
just get fucking stomped by her for some reason.
Yeah, Diana's easy.
Is your timer is when she misses Q, basically?
Well, what you do is you just E into her Q, like E forward, because you'll dodge the Q because the Q isn't Diana's Q is unique, right? It doesn't hit in the middle; it hits on the edges. So if you E forward to dodge into it, she can't trade because she missed her Q. She doesn't get the E reset, and you're on top of her with your E.
Okay, I'll definitely do that next time.
Yep, we'll do some more thing as last game. We'll probably like I'll give you some pointers here and there during the game. That's just enough so you're not overwhelmed. And then yeah, we'll review it afterwards. And if you have any questions during the game, you can go ahead and ask.
Sounds good. I think that's Mundo Jungle.
Yeah, probably.
Either way, I think Gwen and Yon are pretty good into him. Spread him. Ari. I went against an Ari once, and I did like a really cool play. Or like I thought it was. Like I EQ flashed R, so that was the charm. I thought I was challenger at that moment.
Let's take a look at your runes. Let's make sure we're the right ones. So this one you want last stand for sure. You want last stands, and you want scaling health as well instead of flat health. There we go.
How would you advise playing around this matchup?
Yep. So the main thing you need to think about is making sure Ari doesn't roam, right? So like we talked about last game that you kind of struggled with, that I want you to work on this one, is thinking about what your teammates are doing. So it's really important that Ari does not get roams off. So I'd be playing for wave clear, and again the war of attrition aspect too, which we talked about. Really making sure you make her drain her out of mana is the most important thing. Drain her out of mana. Use your E to dodge her E, and making sure she doesn't roam.
Yeah, 'cause like level 7, she can one shot the wave, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
but what you can do is you can trade onto her to get her low, so she doesn't feel incentivized to roam.
Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Alright. Bro, I have eights.
Make sure you're on top of your pings because you can't get prio here. You don't want your touch to die.
Okay, no charm.
Yep. So R is a matchup where you can do short trades. So when she has no charm, don't be afraid to just try to get on her and get as much damage as you can. Yep. So what we're trying to do is make her run out of mana before you base. So keep trying to slowly burn her mana pool down.
Yep.
Try to get her to get excited to use her E and her Q. There we go. Yeah, she ran out of mana. So when they get low on mana like this, you want to switch to full push mode because she has no mana to kill you anymore. You're basically full health. She can't hurt you. So just keep her stuck on her turret to deny her farm. Very nice. Yeah, she's out of mana. So what do we need to do when they're out of mana and they're basing? Oh, she's not basing. Yep. Just keep her pushed in. Perfect. Good. We saw Mundo on the bot side, so just be careful with the Mundo. Ari has no mana though, so
Right.
you can't die. Like they can't kill you. Yeah, just keep her stuck on her turret, and she's just gonna keep bleeding farm, and you're gonna get all these creeps for free, right? Because she has no mana. So you just have literally a free lane. Yep, and we're not going to base until she bases first. And we're gonna sit in lane until we're both at 3k gold. That's good for you.
That's not good. I didn't mean to eat that charm.
You probably need to use your potion then.
And now she has no mana.
Yep.
Oh, no, maybe she does a
You
little
don't
bit
need to
now.
be scared. She can't kill you. If you can try to scare her to stop her base. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so this is what war attrition is what you're doing right now.
Where's she getting this mana from?
They just do Ring mana regen. And it looks like a lot, but it's not. It's one spell, and then she's out.
Oh,
Yeah, she's out.
nah, she's basing for sure now.
Yeah, every time this is happening, this is benefiting you every single time.
Oh, not if I miss a cannon.
Yeah, you just what you need to do is be more patient with your farming. Like you're rushing the last hits. Just take your time.
She used charm.
No mana. You can get the wave in with your E. I would just E to get the wave in. Perfect. Yeah, just keep burning her mana bar. You're getting again CS advantage for nothing. If she wants to never base, that's really benefiting you because she's never gonna be able to roam, right? Which is again, that's her goal. You don't want to go to place though. You have no items. You don't want to move to place.
Oh no, it's going. Lynn's gonna die.
Yeah, push that wave in. We finally get a timer where she's basing.
Oh,
Yeah, you definitely need to work on your offsetting because we're just losing free creeps.
nah.
Yep, get your Bork. TD back.
I did it again.
Yep, good dodge. Oh wow, you can go to R. Okay. Okay.
Shit, I'm taking out that. Nah, that was keyboard delay.
Yep. So what you want to be doing is kind of something in mid game. You want to push and then use your priority to move, right? But it's going to be very difficult to kill RA. So you really want to prioritize trying to help your team once you get prio.
Okay. So just shove a move.
Yeah, just shove. Like if she makes a mistake, go for a trade, but don't force it. Like that's what your mindset needs to be.
It's almost out of mana.
Yep, good playing War of Attrition again, which is great. Which means again, Ari's not gonna be able to roam anywhere. Exactly what you want.
Oh,
That's fine. She's no mana. It doesn't matter. Just look at what your team's doing, right?
we can't move to this because she's no mana. I don't think there's anything there though.
Yep. She has no R or flash, so you can kill her if she stays in lane with E into R. Cancel her base.
Oh, I bet.
It's fine.
Back.
You don't have Bork yet, right? We want to save for Bork.
Oh, almost.
Yep, just get this wave and then you can base. Careful of her killing you. She's full mana now, so she can actually kill you. You should use your E to farm the wave. Okay.
Oh, I thought I had TP.
Okay, so you need to get into the side lane now, so after you push this wave, go a bot. And get your Zaya in the mid.
What is this? Mm.
Choose your E to farm. If he jumps, then you E back. That's what I'm noticing is you're preemptively Eing. You don't need to be in your E. You don't need to be scared. Just stay in your E, farm all the minions in your E, and if they jump on you, then you E back. Like you don't need to be that. You don't need to instantly be pulling your E back.
Okay.
You just raw E onto her from fog of war if she walks up.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, again, push and move, right? So there's a play happening. I would consider going to it, like even TPing potentially. Yeah, a bit late.
Oh, I thought I was closer. You go cloak or long
Yeah,
sword here?
quick look.
Yeah, I should have TP'd. I don't know why I held it.
Because remember, your secondary win con is your Zaya, right? You need to be
Yeah.
playing with Zaya, so if she's getting jumped on, it's important you're there to help her.
Okay. See that? Nice. What's up, Nathan?
Yeah. So get your pickaxe. Yeah, so I'd say the main thing I think for this game we're gonna have to cover is just ability usage. I think we need to work across the board on how we utilize our spells and just getting more comfortable with Yone because yeah, in this lane you just missed a ton of last hits, right? For free pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I think I just need to be more patient, like you said. Okay. Oh, stop shot. Uh-oh. It's fine.
Yeah, shield ball. Soul's up though, so we need to try to play for soul. Yep. We need to try to contest that neutral objective as best we can. I mean, with shield bow, you could probably, if you can get on the Emilio, he has no Q. Stuff. Yep, try to play with your Zaya here, right? So always fight around your Zaya. She's fed. Play with your Zaya. You don't need help with Drake. I think you should push mid. Get that mid turret as well. Your team has Smite and Zaya E.
I don't know if I should back here or set. Well, no one else is backing here. I should probably just run bot.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, maybe if this guy steps up a little too much.
Yeah, very nice. Exactly.
Oh, I have Panther.
Yeah, nice. Communicate what we should do, right? Baron's up in 20 seconds. Get your team excited about Baron and help your Gwen with Mundo. Yep, ping the Baron. Get to Baron. Get your team excited about Baron. I would probably base now, so you're as strong as possible for Baron, and then TP back. Yeah, and just make sure you spam ping the Baron. We really want our team to do it. Yeah. Yeah, should be back. Good. You can even maybe just do
I
the
mean,
same
this,
thing again on mid. Yeah. You have IE gold, so I'd probably base for IE now because Drake is going to spawn a minute and a half. We want to be as strong as possible for Drake.
okay.
Yep, you can probably split for somebody to respond. So once you get to this point in the game, once it get a little bit later in the game, you do want to group a little bit more. Like it is okay to group a little bit more. Like I think now's a good time. It is a good time to probably push a bot, but I would also just keep in mind that like it's okay to group now that you're at these items.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I would try to get to my team. There's a big fight. That's really important. If your team dies, we lose soul. Just keep pushing as you get there. Yep. Communicate the Drake. Perfect.
I'll cover. Oh, it's no, it's doomed.
You just kill Jin.
Fuck. Cancel. My bad. What hit me, charm? Yeah. And I missed my ult. Mixed. Make. What do you think here? Blitz or
I'd probably go
TP?
QSS for RA Charm and just press it when you get charmed.
Alright.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I think all yeah, the common thing across this game is just I think you just need more games of Yone. Your ability usage across the board needs a little bit of work.
Zaya's dead. Damn, I kind of sold. Uh,
Jax is an E. Just kill a Jax. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him.
Okay. Wait, why is I farming the top side? Little unlucky. Yeah, I should have. Fuck.
I can tell that you don't have any games as Yone because you don't understand your limits and you don't know how to sequence your abilities, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think because you were saying what are the things you need to work on, that's like one of the biggest things. Nice. Oh, surely it works. Oh, don't tell me the file corrupted. Yeah, this was the first one. Okay, so yeah, let's go to some of the fights because I think this like really the major thing you need to work on is ability usage. So one thing I'm not noticing you do pretty much at all is use your E as a dash, right? You're almost never doing that. You're only using your E in conjunction with your Q3, like to go in for all in. You can use your E as just a mini like imagine like a Lucian E, like right, like the way Lucian wants to trade is he dashes and hits them, right? Think of
Mm.
Yone E like that. So like here, this is a perfect example. Like you're in Fog of War, right? She's face checking from Fog of War. What I would do is just E like this, and then auto Q, and then E back, and that's a really insane trade because you're getting all these big juicy hits with Bork. So that's like the first thing. When I mean, like first example. Um, let's go to let's go to another example. Here, like this one is really a big one. Where I mean, where sequence the abilities. Like, so what you're not understanding is what's the priority of what you need to do in a fight, right? So like in this scenario here, I have a Zaya who's really fed, so I don't need to go on their back line. All I need to do is use my E and just melt this Mundo as fast as I can because we just need to kill their front line with my Zaya. So what I would be doing, you have a Sedge who stuns front, like who's very easy at stunning as well on front line. So like here, like you notice how the first thing you do is R. I would never R like this because I'm not trying to assassinate anyone. All I want to do, I'm already on top of them, auto attacking. So I would just be in my E, autoing this Mundo this whole time, and your damage output would just be way higher here, like 10 times
Mm.
higher. But notice what you do here. Like, look at what your mindset is. Like you go for the R, right? It's like an okay R, but then what happens once you stack up your Q3? Like this is a free kill Mundo, but like you try to go on their back line, right? You don't notice that how you immediately just dipped away from the Mundo and won their back line. You should just kill the Mundo,
Yeah.
all right? And so what you're really struggling, what I'm noticing, what you're really struggling with is both ability usage, but ability usage in conjunction with understanding what your job is in a particular fight, right? Like your job is not to in this game is not to just kill their backline in a team fight. It's just to hit front to back, right? You have a Gwen and a Zaya and a Sejuani. This is a front to back team comp, right? They have an Ari who has tons of mobility, so you don't need to go. You don't need to dive their backline. And so that was causing a
Mm.
lot of troubles as well because, like, here's another example in terms of sequencing of abilities. Like, Ari, like yeah, you want to move to this play, right? But we want to make sure Ari can't move. So notice how what you do here, like, look at what happens here. You get this wave, but notice how you kind of just like let her chase you, right? Like she's
Mm.
just following you. Like don't let her follow you. bodyguard, like zone her from getting to the play. Just use your E again and um and like zone her off. So like the biggest thing is like just understanding how your E is supposed to be used. Like you don't always need to use it for all in. It's okay to just use it for like a little bit of a chunk and poke. Um and stuff like that. This would be the same thing here in this scenario here. Um like Emilio has no Q, so the second he has no Q, so he has no way to get away from you, I would immediately use my E and then let the movement speed tick down, right? Because you get more movement speed longer in your E. You only need like 2 seconds of your E to kill him, and then Q3 when you get really close to him because he's no Q, and you would just kill him, right? So across the board, our E usage just need like we need to work on our E. Let's look at this fight as well here. Yeah, that one was fine. That one was fine. Yeah, this one was the big. This one was big. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
and like this scenario, you don't need to kill their backline. Like that play is already done, right? Like your team's already won. So I guess what? So yeah, I mean, there's like all the stuff from game one as well that I think you did do a little bit of a better job, compared to game one, which is good. That I would still want you to work on. But in terms of the three biggest things I want you to work on, right? Because you were talking about three big things to work on.
Mm.
Um, is number one is ability usage across the board. So what I want you to do, this is really, really important, is watch other better people play Yone than you, but focus on their W and E. Look at how they're using their E. Look at how they're using their W. Look at when they're using it. Look at like what their positioning looks like with it. Look at how, like the timing of the W. Look at what minions are going for the W. Looking at how they're AOing with the W. Really start to integrate and understand, intuitively start to build up the knowledge of the W and E, because this is a major, major, major weakness you have right now with your Yone. Is our W and E needs a lot of work, right? I think your R is actually quite good. Your R usage has been quite good. Your Q usage has been not bad. I really think it's the W and E that needs a lot of work. Okay, so that's like the biggest, probably the number one thing you need to work on. I think the second thing we need to work on is actually, this is actually not Yone specific, right? This is really important. Is your pings. You're like, unless I'm telling you to ping, you're almost never communicating to your team what you want to do, right? Or pinging them back off of plays. This is really important on Yone because Yone is a hyper carry, right? Everything needs to revolve around you. So what you need to do is communicate what you want and build that muscle memory, right? So if you don't want to play, spam ping back, like at that level 4 play where like Sedge's gonna die because you know Praya. You need to be spam pinging her. Like you need to feel desperate, like not desperate. You need to be like, oh man, if I don't ping, this is really bad, right? Like that's the mindset you need to have. So communicating what you want, communicate neutral objectives, right, etc. So it's not
Mm.
really like a Yone specific thing, but that's like something that's really important for you for in terms of improvement. Um, and I think the third biggest thing, or the third biggest thing, I would say, is just I would just say limit test more. Like I think what you need to do is once you get bored, you need to just learn your damage, right? Because you just really are underestimating how much damage Yone does. And there's like a lot of windows where like you're like panicking and you're like using your E defensively. Like this scenario here, like look at how panicked you are. Like you're like running away, just immediately QSS the stun, right? He has no E now, just blast him, kill this guy, E on top of yourself and kill him, right? But you're like
Mm.
you're very, very scared, like you're panicking and you're like eating away, like look, you're not autoing him, you're like trying to go for the R, just hit them, right? Just min max your damage output here. So it's really you're well, one thing that's, and the reason why it's causing troubles is because you just don't understand how much damage your champion does, or when the enemies cooldown, like when the enemies cooldowns are done, and you can win. Again, your champion is the long trade king, so if somebody's burning their entire kit on you, don't run, just E and kill them, right? Um,
Mm.
so that'll be like the third thing. And I think the fourth thing is playing for war of attrition. Like I know we said three things, but I think the last thing is really important is war of attrition, right? So notice how what we did in the early lane in this game, right? What we did. is we made sure this R was stuck in lane with no HP or mana, right? That's the
Yeah,
number
that's
one biggest
something.
thing. You need to do this in every lane, pretty much in every matchup.
It felt good. I've never thought about it like that, but it felt good this game.
Yeah. So what I would say is like that's what you need to work on. And again, right? I think all this can be tied up is like watch, use these four things, learning objectives, die set, and watch better people in this lens. So just take a VOD, right? I have like hundreds of Yone VODs. Pick one of my VODs and look at only this, right? Pick another VOD and look at only this. How do I ping and how do I communicate? Pick another VOD and look at my how I extend trades and how I know my limits, right? If you would have killed them there, like pause it and be like, what I would have thought that to kill him there. Or look at one of my lanes and be like, okay, how is he utilizing War Attrition? How is he making the enemy run out of mana? How's he using his EW to make them run out of mana? These would be like the four big things I want you to work on. And then there's like a lot of smaller stuff that we talked about, which was like, what we talked about in the first game. All right.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of good knowledge to go off of.
That, does that kind of make sense? Everything we covered today?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the second game landing was already a lot better than the first
Yeah,
game.
I agree. Like, that would be the other thing actually. Like, the fifth thing is patience with farming. Like, unironically, you 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 should be mad at yourself for losing farm that's uncontested, right? Like, if somebody's punishing you to get a minion, sure. If you lose it, whatever. But like this whole lane, you're getting farm for free, and we're just missing it to the creeps, right? You want that to be unacceptable in your mind, right? Like, I really cannot be afford to be losing free creeps on this chat. So drill that into you and make yourself like just get better at it, right? By putting emphasis on it, right?
Mhm.
Um, cool.
My screen just-
So,
Oh,
oh yeah, what's up?
sorry, my computer screen black for a second. Keep going.
Um, yeah. So that's pretty much everything. I'm gonna send this to you in a sec. We still have around about 20 minutes though. So, was there anything you want to ask, or anything you want to look at, or anything you want to go over? Well, because we still got a little bit of time.
Um, so basically in laning phase,
Mm-hmm.
my like, what's the word I'm looking for? My game plan should be like how you said, the war of attrition. Like
Yep.
I have no mana resources, and I have really good sustain.
Yep.
Just do you think trading HP for mana is good if they run out?
Yeah, of course. That's what you should be trying to do. And if I actually show you one of my VODs of me playing Yone, I can actually show you that. Um,
Yeah, because I'm still new. I mean, 20 games isn't enough of this champion for sure. Uh, I have 22, and I'm still terrible at the champ. So I like that he has a high skill ceiling, which is enjoyable.
Yeah, like 20 is nothing. Like usually it probably like because reality is like you're just playing against people way worse than you right now, right? Like you were a diamond before, so you're probably at least plat or emerald, right? On mid, even with like no champion mastery. So yeah, you're just not getting punished for your mistakes yet. Right? Like, you kind of are, but you're also not. So yeah, it's just gonna be one of those things. You just need way more reps. Like it takes at least, like I would say for most Unite players, it takes like at least bare minimum 200 before you even do things mediocre at best. Like if I'm being generous. So yeah, you just need to get way more games in. I don't know if you heard that or not. Did you hear what I said? I know, I see you typing. Okay. Yeah. So I think, um, let me see if I can just find a VOD here of me playing War with Trisha as UNA. Let's see. Yeah, here. This is a good one. So, like, one thing I'm doing is I'm not scared to take damage, right? Like, one thing I did notice, and you were a little bit scared to take damage, like you kept thinking you were gonna die to Ari. If they, unless they can kill you and they're one rotation, you're invulnerable. You want to view it like that. So because I know, like obviously I'm very healthy, right? But I'm not clicking back. Like I'm very aggressive, right? And I'm putting a lot of pressure onto her, and I'm willing for her to hurt me because if she uses spells on me and I don't die, she's gonna run out of mana. So here I'm just tanking spells, but it's very deliberate, right? And now she's literally just completely out of mana. And so now when she's out of mana, there's nothing to be scared of. I can just hit the wave for free, right? She can't do anything. And so you notice how I'm not scared at all to take damage. I'm basically invulnerable. There's nothing she can do to kill me anymore. Yeah, and then I TP back and I base after her, and then the lane's fine. So that's really like what I would actually say is I played this game on stream yesterday. I'd actually recommend you watch this Yone versus Ori one and watch how I use my W and E in War of Attrition in this matchup. Look at how I made this guy run out of mana in this lane, right? Because look at the health right now. I'm still plenty healthy. I saw my poly has no mana. So I would definitely recommend you watch that, as well as watch the Yone guide as well, because I do cover a lot of concepts we talked about in great detail. So I highly recommend you watch that section of the Yone guide. I watch some of my VODs as well, and yeah, focus on these 5 things. Sounds good. Okay, yep, I'll send you the notes right now. Yeah, so we still have 15 minutes. I mean, if you want to end early, we're fine. Again, I'll still be around for 15 minutes here though. So if you have questions, you can ask, or if you have a VOD, like some other VOD you want me to look at. But if you feel like you're good, we can just end it early and we can um, just add it to the next session or something. It's up to you. We can add it. You want to try new concepts? Awesome. Yeah. So just remind me next session, like if we have like 20 minutes left, I'll add the last 15 and we can do like 35 minutes and that will give us another time for another game. So just remind me on our next session um, that you had an extra 15 minutes or so. Um, so we can utilize that. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, implement these. I would say don't get another session until you have at least another 40 games of working on these concepts. I want to see you back next time you send your OPGG. I want to see 60 games, and then if you feel like you've gotten these things decently down, we can keep going. Otherwise, yeah, just play as many games as you can. Even if you feel like you're still good after 100 games, don't feel like you need to get a session. Just come back whenever you feel like you need something new. All right. Did I forget another one? Okay, awesome. Sounds good, man. Yeah, so just keep me updated, and I will get all of these. I'm gonna see if I can compile all of these into one big VOD, and then I'm gonna just upload that on YouTube and send that to you, and then you have the VOD back to look over. All right, cool though. I'll talk to you later and just keep me updated. Thanks for the session. Appreciate that, and I'll catch you later. Peace out. You too, man.